some of the questions they were asking were just asinine, bro. It was just like, and this is real life. Like, I wake up every day and I feel like I'm purposely driven to be a principled man, moral man, fact-based man. But when I play my sport, I want to have fun and I want to kick ass, right?
LeBron was set to be at All-Star Weekend, and everyone already knew Sunday was media day, right? Cameras lined up, reporters ready, bright lights everywhere. So LeBron walks in calm as ever, suited up, looking like he owns the room. And of course, the first wave of questions was predictable. Is this your last All-Star game? How much longer are you playing? What's next for you? Same script, different year. LeBron answered how LeBron always answers. He said he's taking it day by day, living life, enjoying the moment, not rushing anything. Smooth, polished, media-trained responses. Nothing shocking there. He kept it cool, kept it measured, didn't give anybody a headline off that. Everyone watching already knew that tone. But then, right at the end of the interview, the energy shifted. He was asked about Israel. Now, Israel has been all over the news for over a year because of the serious situation happening in Gaza. It's not just some random topic floating around social media. It's a heavy global situation that people feel deeply about. And even though LeBron doesn't usually dive into world politics publicly, the question landed right in front of him. They specifically asked him to weigh in regarding the Israeli player who plays for the Portland Trail Blazers and to share his broader thoughts. That's when things got tense. LeBron gave a response that, depending on who you ask, rubbed people the wrong way. A lot of fans online reacted fast. Some were confused, some were frustrated, others felt he shouldn't have answered at all. The reactions came in waves. Now, we didn't break down his comments immediately because, let's be real, LeBron isn't known for consistently speaking on global conflicts. He usually stays focused on basketball, business, and league issues. That's just his pattern. But there's another NBA star who does not shy away from global conversations: Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has always positioned himself as someone who studies world issues. He travels, he speaks on social matters, and he's vocal when he feels something needs attention. That's part of his identity. So when a video surfaced of Kyrie being recorded during All-Star Weekend, people leaned in real quick. In that clip, Kyrie appeared to take a subtle shot, not just at LeBron, but at the whole media setup. He questioned the type of questions being asked. He basically said the media conversations were superficial. He wondered why players aren't asked more about real-world issues instead of surface-level sports talk. That comment hit differently. So if you haven't heard what Kyrie had to say yet, let's play Kyrie Irving's comments right now. Listen closely, because what he says next adds a whole new layer to this entire situation.
Some of the questions they were asking were just asinine, bro. It was just like, and this is real life. Like, I wake up every day and I feel like I'm purposely driven to be a principled man, moral man, fact-based man. But when I play my sport, I want to have fun and I want to kick ass, right? And I want to play at a high level. But we don't even ask real questions during All-Star Weekend. No real questions that happen, bro. No real questions. And anytime somebody asks a real question, it's like, oh, it's a lob for something else, for a brand setup or anything, you know? And y'all know the real question I'm talking about. Y'all know the real questions I'm talking about. I don't talk about anything that's really going on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about too. We don't have to go into details about it. I'm not going to go and share it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm good. All I'm saying is that they go there and ask the same questions, bro. Same questions. That's going to get the same responses. And basketball fans want to know more than just, and that's not basketball fans. People want to know more about us. In order to do that, you got to open up the door, right? People got to stop capping, and all our former players got to stop capping about shit too. And the current players got to stop capping, bro. We got to just be on one accord, man. Basketball is a universal language. You got people arguing over shit they did, and they don't even play anymore. That's cool to just discuss it, but to play in the what if game and I bust your ass, I do this, I do that, I'm not trying to hear that shit. We could talk about it for days, but there's a time and place for that. And then you see the elders going at each other or not agreeing. But yeah, they don't even ask the real questions. And maybe tomorrow y'all see me at All-Star Weekend, pre-game and post-game, asking the questions that y'all want to hear. Let me know. Please DM our production team or get on it and list the questions y'all want to hear. I'm talking about the questions y'all know y'all really want to ask. Because I get thrown into a whole bunch of political nonsense all the time. That's because I care about humanity. Basketball will save your life, but it won't save you from politics, I'll tell you that. Because politics is gonna do your ass, trust me, it's gonna do all of us. So it's good to pay attention and be aware.
So you heard what Kyrie had to say, right? The tone, the timing, the deliveries, it didn't feel random. A lot of people online instantly said that sounded like a shot at LeBron. Why? Because LeBron's answer earlier came off to some as watered down, maybe even uninformed. That's what critics are saying. They felt like when the media member asked him that serious question, his response lacked depth. And once Kyrie spoke up about superficial questions, the internet connected the dots fast. Now let's slow this down and focus on the actual substance. Before we jump to conclusions, we need to hear exactly what LeBron said. Not reactions, not tweets, not clipped captions, his actual words. That's what matters here. So we're going to play LeBron's response. It's about 30 or 40 seconds, and then we'll break it down piece by piece. Listen closely to the tone, the phrasing, and what he chose not to say.
All the Israeli fans, what message would you like to send for Israel, and also what do you think about Danny Avdia?
Well, I've been quoted on Danny already, and they asked me what I thought about this season. I said I believe he was an all-star, and I mean, he is an all-star. He's playing, exceptional, basketball. So that's that. And then, I mean, if I have fans over there, I've never been there. If I have fans over there, then, I hope you have been following my career. I hope I inspire people over there to not only want to be great in sports, but I want you to be better in general in life. So hopefully someday I can make it over there. Like I said, I've never been over there, but I've heard nothing but great things, and I appreciate the question.
All right, now you heard LeBron's answer. So what do I think? Honestly, I think some of the outrage feels misplaced. When has LeBron ever positioned himself as a global political analyst? When has he consistently led conversations about international conflicts? He really hasn't. That's not been his brand. He speaks on certain social issues, yes, but when it comes to deep geopolitical matters, that's never been his lane. Some critics even question how deeply he engages with topics outside basketball. Remember when people debated whether he had actually read certain books he mentioned? Or when he named The Godfather as his favorite movie, and people joked that he couldn't quote a single line? Fair or not, that reputation follows him. So expecting a detailed breakdown of global tensions from him might be asking for something he's never claimed to provide. And let's be real for a second. I don't personally look to NBA players for detailed takes on global conflicts. That's not their job description. They're elite athletes. They train, they compete, they build brands. That doesn't mean they can't speak, but it does mean expectations should match reality. Now, Kyrie is different. Kyrie has shown curiosity about the world beyond basketball. He's spoken on various topics, traveled internationally, and positioned himself as someone who wants to dig deeper into issues. But that path hasn't been smooth. Remember the controversy during his time with the Brooklyn Nets? That situation exploded into a massive storm and brought heavy criticism. It showed how complicated it gets when athletes step into global conversations. So when Kyrie questions the media for asking surface-level questions, maybe he's speaking from his own perspective. But if he's expecting LeBron to suddenly transform into a global affairs expert, that might be unrealistic. That might be asking too much from the wrong person. Maybe another player I'd say is thoughtful and sharp when it comes to bigger topics is Jaylen Brown. I'll give you Jaylen Brown. He's shown he reads, he studies, he actually engages with issues beyond basketball. But outside of him, that list gets real short, real fast. Most of these guys are hoopers. That's their lane. That's their craft. They live in the gym, not in policy debates. There was even a moment with Naz Reid from the Minnesota Timberwolves where he was asked to name countries in Africa, and he couldn't. He straight up said he didn't know. And that's not even to clown him. It just proves the point. People expect these athletes to be scholars, diplomats, historians, and cultural analysts all in one. That's unrealistic. These guys specialize in basketball. That's why they're in the NBA, not teaching world studies. So when the media throws complex global questions at them, what exactly are we expecting back? A graduate level breakdown? A balanced foreign policy stance? Let's be serious. Most of the time, the answers are going to be surface level because that's not their field. And I think deep down, the media knows that too. But the headlines, the clicks, that's a different story. Now, let's talk about LeBron's specific answer. He said he's only heard great things about Israel. That statement alone made people pause. Because in today's world, with everything being reported and debated daily, saying you've only heard positive things sounds disconnected. So what does that mean? Either he genuinely doesn't follow international news closely, or he was trying to give a safe, neutral response to avoid stepping into a storm. If I'm being honest, it felt more like he was aiming for politically safe. But here's the twist. Even that didn't land smoothly. It didn't come off calculated. It came off uninformed. That's the word people keep using. Not evil, not malicious, just uninformed. And in moments like that, tone matters. Delivery matters, especially when emotions around the topic are high. But again, I don't personally turn to LeBron James when I want analysis on global conflict. I don't turn to most NBA players for that, period. That's not disrespect, that's just perspective. If you're looking for fair, balanced, deeply researched takes on international issues, there are journalists, historians, and analysts who dedicate their lives to that work. Expecting a power forward to deliver that on Media Day? That's asking for disappointment. And let's keep it real about something else. At the end of the day, people protect their interests. That's human nature. When Kyrie had his controversy during his Brooklyn days, LeBron publicly said players have to be careful about what they post. Some felt that was him distancing himself. Some even said he threw Kyrie under the bus. Whether that's fair or not, it showed that when pressure rises, players think about their brand, their contracts, their partnerships. That's the business side of this league. So when people call LeBron a social activist and compare him to figures like Muhammad Ali, that's a huge comparison. That's heavyweight territory. If that belief inspires you, fine. But the standards that come with that title are serious, and not everyone carrying that label is moving the same way. Now, I do understand Kyrie's broader point about the media asking shallow questions. He's basically saying, if we're going to talk, let's talk about real life too. That's fair. But at the same time, we have to be realistic about who we're asking and what their expertise is. These are elite athletes. They train for championships. They build brands. They compete at the highest level in sports. That's their world. Those are my thoughts on it. If you've got a different take, drop it in the comments right now. Let's have a real discussion about it. And if you're rocking with the content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.